Once upon a time, there lived a boy born into the realm of multiplication and addition. He dwelled in a world that knew no reduction, no subtraction, as long as he followed his father's instructions. His reality was one where everything was a probability, never an impossibility, because his father was the creator of all possibilities. Then, one day, this young man approached his father. He requested his inheritance, asking him to divide a proper fraction of the family property using simple ratios and proportions. He wanted to take his portion away from the surface area of his father's circumference to find his own bearings, guided by his own will. But here's a truth he hadn't yet learned. Efficiency without God's sufficiency is an automatic deficiency. He didn't realize that a vision without provision, without submission and supervision, is always prone to division. His father, with his deep understanding, saw the boy's path as a standard deviation from the normal. He knew, with logical reasoning, that all his son's efforts would end at a cost of 90. Yet, he also realized that no amount of statistics could change the mode and frequency at which his son was determined to stray. So, the father divided his property, and the son journeyed to a faraway country. There, he began to differentiate himself from his roots, his very identity. He tried to integrate himself into a society that saw him as a useless nonentity. He became valueless, an absolute zero, and just like any number without a denominator, he became undefined. Living this undefined existence, he was deprived of operating in a standard form. He hit rock bottom, but in that moment of despair, a thought sparked within him. He said to himself, instead of living out this undefined expression, I will go back to my father. I'll ask for forgiveness and start over from square one. As he began his journey home, his father was already calculating his every step from afar, sensing his son's rigid emotions from a distance. The father didn't wait. He began to run towards his child, ready to welcome him back. He wouldn't treat him as just a remainder or a forgotten number, but restore him as a member of his chosen family. This story isn't just about a boy, it's about a universal journey. It doesn't matter how far you feel you've gone astray. It doesn't matter how much of the Father's gifts you think you've wasted, or how long you've been trying to figure things out on your own. The message today is that grace is coming your way, inviting you to come back and stay. This is the story of someone who left his father's protection, taking his possessions with him. He lived a life of isolation and perversion, became poorer, and ended up feeding pigs for a living. But after a moment of sober reflection, he came to a powerful realization. His life needed redirection. His soul needed a resurrection. So remember your Creator in the days of your youth, before the difficult days come, when there seems to be no hope left. Be still and know that He is God. This isn't a sermon, and I'm not a preacher. This isn't a lesson, and I'm not a teacher. This is simply a message, because I am just a messenger. Thank you for listening. If this resonated with you, please consider liking and subscribing for more messages like this.